What's up, everybody? This is podcast Gameoverse episode 134 for Saturday, February 18, 2023. I am Wasabi Ice Cream, joined as always by Rick. What's up?
Yo, what up, everybody? This is Rick. We got not a lot of news to talk about, to be honest. Not a lot's happened in a while, but, it's still going to be fun. We got some stuff to talk about. It'll be fun to talk about what we've been playing. So let's start. Where we start, man. Tell the people what you've been playing.
Yeah, I played some XDefiant.
Yes, what is that?
It's Ubisoft announced this game, like, I don't know, maybe a year ago. And it's still in like pre-alpha, but they're doing some testing, and I can't show footage, but I can talk about it, is what the deal is with that. So
is it that like that super forgettable like 3v3 shooter they showed off a while ago?
Yeah. Actually, it's 6v6. And the way they remember when they announced it, it came out and was like, yeah, it's punk rock mosh pit type shit.
No, I don't remember that. I remember it being super generic, just like here's every other like squad shooter. I think it came out at the same time like Valorant announced their squad shooter mode, and I was like, okay, these look the same.
It's basically their Valorant. It's more like it's hard to explain, man, because it's mostly like a Call of Duty. It's basically their Call of Duty, but it has they're adding some Overwatch elements to it that seems kind of interesting on the surface, but once you actually start playing, it's not as that like Overwatch stuff isn't as impactful. So like the way it works is, imagine Call of Duty. I think Call of Duty did do something like this with one of their games. I don't remember which one, but it's Call of Duty, but there's factions that you can select, and they each have some sort of ability. That they've got like a passive ability, and they've got an ability that you can trigger on cooldown. And then once you charge it up, like an Overwatch, you get like an Ultra that you can pop off.
Okay.
But it's normally the normal moment to moment stuff is a straight up Call of Duty. So guns, it's got all the guns, normal ass weapons, and you can customize them, put different attachments on them, or you can and you have like loadout slots so you can customize, and you can, every time you die, you can just swap them out depending on whatever situation you might be in. Right, but the Overwatch stuff takes form in that there's these different factions that represent different Ubisoft games. So there's a faction in there that represents Ghost Recon. Actually, specifically, it represents Ghost Recon Phantoms, which I had to look up. It was like a free-to-play Ghost Recon from 2014. I think.
I've never even heard of that, but all right.
Yeah, it didn't last very long. I think it only lasted like 2 years, and then they canceled it. But and like their ability is like they can shoot out a shield, right? So this is how the tactical shit comes in, because their ability is they can shoot out a shield. There's a faction that represents the libertari, I forgot what the fuck they're called, the Far Cry guys from the last Far Cry game, libtards.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's called something something from Far Cry 6, and they're like more of like a support faction. They focus on like healing. So they have their passive ability as they heal your teammates around you. Uncle Dolph is in the chat. He says, "Screw the libtards." They have like a passive healing ability. So if you have like teammates next to you, they'll heal passively, or they can throw down their active ability. Is they can throw down. Actually, they have two you can select from. So one of their abilities is you can throw down a healing orb, and whoever's just standing around it will heal. Or another one you can choose from is that you get pills, and you take the pills, you get a bunch of health. You can like overload on health. So Like, that's the thing. There's a Tom Clancy's. This is the one that pissed people off because it had like a Splinter Cell faction to where one of their abilities is you can just straight up turn invisible, and another one is you get like recon scopes so you can like spot people from afar or like through walls and shit. It's like stuff like that. And I think the last faction, because I don't think all the factions are in this testing phase yet, but the last one was DedSec, and they have like hacking stuff, which no one chooses, by the way. Actually, most people only use the Far Cry faction, the healing one. Like,
Yeah.
most people, like in a 6v6 game, there's probably gonna be like 4 people using the Far Cry faction, just everyone healing each other. And like maybe you have one guy that's on like the Splinter Cell faction, because it tells you, like, it pops off as like, hey, you've been spotted on the radar, or your position is revealed and shit like that. So
All right.
that's the one thing I'll say about this game, is that it's fun. It is fun to play, but the faction stuff is just not. It just doesn't manifest in a way that's like, it just turns into Call of Duty. Basically, it's straight up Call of Duty, and you've got all these abilities that just don't make sense in the gameplay at all, because there's never any incentive to use any of it for most of the, like, there's a couple game modes that one of them is like a domination, like capture the point, capture and hold type shit, which, again, like, the map design isn't really, like, at no point are you like, oh, let me pop this shield, because the shield doesn't, it's not like a bubble shield, it's like whatever's in front of you shield. So
Yeah.
even if you pop the shield, the map design is so fucking ridiculous that anyone can come in from above you, anyone can come in from behind you. You're never in a position where, yeah, I'm gonna pop this shield and it's gonna be a tactical advantage because they can't shoot me from front. It's super, like, not like, never was there any situation where I'm like, because the dead set guys have a hacking ability, so you can hack other people's powers to work for you, but no one has any powers that, because everyone's like, oh, it can turn invisible, but that works for like the person using it. That's not something you can hack to work for you. I mean, maybe it is, but even then, the time to kill is so low. Like 2-3 shots, you're dead. So it's not like you even have any chance to do anything crazy like that. Like, never are you in a situation where you can turn the tide of battle because, oh yeah, I hacked this guy's shield and now it works for me. Like, it's never that tactical, I feel. So I feel like the whole abilities thing just doesn't make sense for the type of game that they made here.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very like well thought out,
There
like for what's in there.
there are a few different game modes, but you can't pick any specific modes, at least in the alpha test here. So there are game modes where that stuff does kind of make more sense, because you are like pushing a point, like in Overwatch. There's a where you're like pushing a payload down a path, where it makes a little bit more sense there, because yeah, you know where you're gonna be, you know where the enemies have to intercept you, so you can like put a shield here and be like, yeah, they have to intercept us here, so we're gonna like set stuff up here so they can't really fuck with us. But like in a more like open scale domination mode, where it's like points all around the map and anyone can come at you from any direction, it just doesn't make sense most of the time. But the gunplay is fun. I will say that, like, the gunplay is straight up, it's like fun to play, just like, fuck the abilities, let's just shoot each other type shit. Like, that stuff is fun. So I think if they kind of just double down on the Call of Duty aspects and just like make the abilities more just killing people focused, I think maybe they'll have something, or just read like map design, just redesign the maps, because the map design is actually fun too. Like I said, it's pretty dynamic in terms of like there's a lot of verticality to some of the maps. You know, you can get up and kind of fuck shit up that way.
See, that sounds cool. Like there sounds like there's some cool ideas. It's just they're not like really doing a lot to implement it, or at least make it like viable in an actual game.
Yeah, because that's basically what people were doing. It's that type of game where it's like it keeps track of who was on the objective the most, and every round it's always like I'm getting the objective points because I'm playing it like a fucking tactical. Yeah, I'm gonna get the objective type game, and everyone else is playing like it's a fucking death match, and it's like.
Yeah.
But I only played 3 rounds, and yeah, it was like 2 domination rounds, and then one where it was like, push forward. It was like a capture mode where you push forward, and they try to defend. Which that one made more sense with the abilities because some of the points were like, hey, it's like a straight. The point was like, hey, the team is ahead of you, and they can just pick you off with snipers. So it was one where it was like, oh, I'm gonna throw the shield here and they can't pick us off, and then they're gonna throw their healing down. It was more tactical. It made a little bit more sense in that way, but you couldn't like pick, you couldn't choose what mode you get. So it just wasn't really, yeah. So I think they could have something here, but I think the abilities just need to make more sense in terms of the game mode. Otherwise, it's just a death match. Like otherwise, it just doesn't make. There's no point.
Yeah, and that's the thing that sounds like the most frustrating about it is that like if you pigeonholed it to like a single death match, like what is there to do after that? All these cool abilities kind of just don't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just gonna pick the ability that helps you get the most kills. So,
and that's what people were doing. They were just picking the Libertarios, and those are the ones that get like you can just boost your health that way. Just because the time to kill is so fast. Like as soon as you spot a guy, they're down in a couple shots. So it's like they can either give people more health because it's not like an Overwatch where like if you do pick like a tank character, you at least know that he's got the shield and you can like walk with the shield in Overwatch. Whereas in this, it's like you deploy the shield, it's up for like 3 seconds, and you can just walk around it. Like it's not even it's so yeah. It's a cool game. I think they've got a little bit more work to do in terms of making. Because if you turn Overwatch into a death match, it kind of just doesn't work. There's only a few characters that they do have a mode in Overwatch, I think, that is a straight up death match. And there's just characters that just don't work in a death match setting because you're just gonna die. So I'm like, that's what this feels like. It feels like Overwatch, but what if it was just a death match? And there's only a few characters that work in terms of their abilities. So that's XDefiant. Gunplay good, abilities bad.
It's kind of annoying then. I haven't been playing a lot. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I'm still playing the shit out of that. Still excellent game, still very fun. Definitely, if you own a Switch, you should have Xenoblade Chronicles 3 in your library. I'm just gonna say it. Like, it's an incredible game that you should definitely own. And I got the Switch Online, like I said. I got the expansion pass with my brothers and my cousins. We all just chipped in and got it. So it was like about less than $15 between each of us. And I decided to give Banjo Kazooie a shot. I haven't played it since I was like a kid, so I was like, I wonder if this game aged really well. It surprisingly holds up pretty well. I booted up. I played it unironically for like an hour and a half, and I was like, "Wow, this game actually holds up pretty well." I was impressed with how well the game stands. A couple things I need that make it better. Obviously, with Switch Online, I have suspend points I could put out at any time, so some of the more annoying like platforming stuff. If I like fall off and have to climb my way back up to do it again, I can just set a restore point before it, so I'm not like having to deal with that tedium. Also, if you die, you get kicked out of the level, have to go back and find all the music notes over again, which is fucking stupid. So I set up a restore point so it doesn't happen. Um, but and the camera's kind of jank, but I think most N64 games had some jank cameras. But this holds up a lot better than I expected, like an N64 3D platform to hold up. I was surprised how good the game still is. It's also very charming. There's some stuff in the game I didn't notice when I was a kid, like how the music, how dynamic the music is. Like if you're walking by a level, you hear the standard like, you know, Banjo Kazooie like music. But when you walk by a level, it like the motif changes to match that level you're walking by.
Yeah.
So like if you're walking by that beach level, it turns like kind of a sea shanty kind of sound. Like it's very like, how can I word it? It's very dynamic the way it does it. So when you walk by the area, you hear the sea shanty get a little bit louder the closer you get to it. And that's something I didn't even know was in the game. Like that's really cool. Like there's so much cool shit in there that I wasn't expecting from a game that came out like what, 1999?
Yeah, there's a design doc that explains how they made that music work, because it is pretty complex what they had to do to get it to work. Joker in the chat. Do we have two Jokers? Is that what's going on? Joker Phantom Thief is a different person than Joker 150305. Number Jokers is those are different Jokers.
Hi, two Jokers. Hello, double Jokers.
Double Joker. But yeah,
but yeah, like
Kazooie
it's a very good game. Very good, very complex. I was surprised like how much was in there that I was like actually having fun with. Yeah, that's all I can really say about it. It's a good ass game, dude. Like I was surprised. I was really surprised how good that game still is. Like I might just like finish it honestly because I haven't played it since I was a kid, like a really little kid. Last time I played it, I was like super little on original hardware, so that kind of gives you an idea how long ago it was. Um, but yeah, to see it like my only complaint is the camera because the camera's super jank and it emulates the N64 controls. We're using the C stick, the C buttons to like control the camera. So even though I have another stick, it's not really being used like a stick, and it's super obnoxious. But
yeah, I think that's one of the things that the Xbox version fixes, and I kind of wish I don't know why they're not just working together on this shit to get those games out on a more official capacity, because the only way you can play the good version or the best version of all these rare games is to get like rare replay on 360, or just to have that version still and play it on Xbox One or whatever you have. But
well, Rare Replay's Xbox One, isn't it?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you get the Xbox. Is it 360? Well, it's the 360 version of this game.
Yeah. That's on Rare Replay. Okay, that makes sense.
So, like, if you still have that, I think it still works on all the Xboxes. But that's like the only way to play it is if you have. Well, I guess if you just have an Xbox, it'll just still work. But they need to get it on PC. They need to get it on like Switch. They need to get it on everything, man, because it's the best version. Like you play this version, it's like yeah, it's good, but they've made some improvements, definitely to the controls. That like there's some moves in that game that do use like some of the C button stuff, and I don't know, it's a little weird to do.
Yeah, one of them is like what is it? What do they call it? The turkey trot? I can't remember when like
the Talon trot.
The Talon trot, yeah, and that's like you hold like the R button to crouch and you hit the C stick left.
Yeah.
But I guess in like the 360 version, that was just assigned to like a single button.
Yeah, well, they got like more triggers to work with, so I think it like uses the triggers. I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a great game. It's just man,
it's a good ass game.
I just wish some of this N64 stuff was better. Better.
Optimized.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's straight up emulation, so it's gonna work the way it worked back then, and that's the bummer. But
Yeah, it's a huge bummer. Like another one that's like really weird is like Sin and Punishment. That one's fucking awesome. I think that one aged the best because the game itself is like it's a rail shooter, so
yeah,
it's hard to fuck that up really. But because it's based on N64 emulation, right? Remember the N64 only had one analog stick, and it's not a traditional rail shooter. Like you control the character. It's like the air levels from Kid Icarus.
yeah. I think that was the one game that it didn't use the right side of the controller, right? You held the, if you know what a fucking N64 controller looks like. I think you used the D-pad and the analog stick.
Yeah, you use the D-pad to move, the analog stick to aim.
Yeah, so that's the fucked up thing.
Yeah, so when you play that on, there's no way to like bind those controllers to use both sticks. So there's a way to change the control in game. So it's like if you want to use the analog stick to move the character and the D-pad to aim, which why would you want to do that? You're a fucking weirdo if you do that. It switches so both the sticks on your Switch controller control the character. And same thing, if you have it so the D-pad controls the character, an analog stick controls the aiming reticle, both sticks are to control that aiming reticle. So I have to use the D-pad to move the character, which is fine, but it doesn't feel as good as I can just use both by sticks. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And that one, I'm like, I think I just tweaked that little thing. Like, it'd be perfect. And I try to do it in the actual system settings. You can actually, like, bind the controls in the Switch menu itself. And I thought maybe I could do it in there, but no, you can't switch what the analog sticks do. They're always going to do, like, analog stick shit. And that's really obnoxious. I can't just, like, control the D-pad with the analog sticks. Because that would solve, like, all my problems. But I can't even do that from, like, the Switch menu. It's just, there's a lot of little annoying things with it that I'm like, they can just optimize this better. Like, I understand why they did it, so you could, like, preserve the way the game was played before, but we've evolved past that as a species. Like, come on. Like, let's get some modern controls up in here. Or let me bind it however I want. You know, like, in the Switch menu, in the actual, like, N64 online menu, let me bind the controllers however I want to bind them. If I want to put, like, the D-pad movement on, like, the left stick, let me do that. Like, I don't understand why I can't do it that way, but whatever. That would require some effort, I guess, on Nintendo's part. They don't want to do that. They just want to break in the money. But yeah, that's the only way you think about it, is that there's so many, like, annoying little, like, eccentricities you got to deal with when it comes to, like, N64 stuff that it's still worth. I think it's worth it if you can split it up between your buddies, but if you're paying $50 a year for this, I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
And then the GBA stuff is great. Like, there's no way to fuck that up. Like, I haven't noticed that they brought the GBA stuff. I played a bit of Super Mario Brothers 3. I played a little bit of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, and those feel fine. I don't see any problems with it. So, again, though, it's a GBA. It's kind of hard to fuck that up. I'm sure, like, there's something wrong with it, that there's some, like, huge, like, emulator enthusiasts are like, well, actually, the color ratio and dithering are totally off original hardware.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure there's, like, something out there, but it looks fine to me. So
no, I heard the emulation was actually, because it gives you options to, like, change the color palette to different, like, versions of Game Boy, which most emulators do that now. The good ones do that. They're like, hey, this is a Game Boy Color, this is a Game Boy Micro, this is a Game Boy, and they all have different ways of processing the color, and you can emulate that if you, like, wanted to. Like, no, this is original GPA, or this is GBA SP type shit. So it's cool.
mucked around with that a lot. So if that is the thing, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a cool little thing to have. I think it's just, you know, if you're paying $50 a year for it, you know, it might not be worth it to you. If you can, like, divvy it up with your buddies or some family, definitely upgrade to it. It's a good subscription to have.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm paying, like, less than $15 a year per person, so I think it's worth it. But it all depends on your value, really. But yeah, Banjo Kazooie. That's what I was talking about originally. Still holds up super well. Super surprised how good that game still is. But that's all I've been playing really. Let's get into some news now. PlayStation Plus has updated their catalog for February. So for extra and premium, you have Horizon Forbidden West. How long ago did that come out?
It was last year.
Yeah, like
Might have
towards
been.
the end of last year, right? Like November, or am I tripping?
No, no, it was like last year. It was like March.
Oh, February last year, like early.
Okay, yeah.
February 18th. It's been exactly a year today.
Okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, well, I guess maybe that's.
Yeah, that's why it's on like PS Plus now.
So I
Um,
guess is that the time frame we're looking at for their
that's what it
exclusives to
looks
hit
like.
the catalog? 1 year to throw them on there.
Which, just for shits and giggles here, let's see how much that game goes for.
I bought that game for $60 and regret it. I did not. That game is just not. That game did not hit the
That
way.
game is still $55. What the fuck?
Rudolph said, "Wow, you didn't see their 1 year anniversary tweet." Shaking my head. SMH my head.
Seriously, Dolph? SMH my head? What's wrong with you, dude? But no, like, it's cool that it's here, but it's like, I don't want to sound like a Game Pass shill, man, but like, that stuff's available day one. Like, if Forbidden West is an Xbox exclusive, you would got that shit day one and on PC. Like, come on.
Yeah, but you know it's good for people who is just not who haven't played it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't I wouldn't buy this game had I known how shitty it was. But so it's good that it's here, so people don't have to buy it now.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I was looking at this list here, and I was like, I could get a PS5 and enjoy some of these games.
Apparently, PS5s are like readily available now, but I don't believe it because everywhere I look, it's still like
I
sold
went
out.
on Amazon, and you can just order one. The digital ones you can just get. The physical ones you need to like you need an invitation or something.
Oh yeah,
Uncle Dolph said it wasn't shitty, just repetitive and boring. You mean shitty?
that's not shitty to you, dude. Like, come on.
I hated the first game, and I was like, "Oh, this one looks like it's doing stuff a little better." And no, it might even be worse in terms of I don't know the pacing. The pacing is just way I don't know. It's like it's not shitty. I will say that it's not shitty, but for me, it just wasn't. It's just too much. It's just too slow for me.
Can we just talk about really quick? The PS5 has been out since November 2020. It'll be 3 years this November, and it's still not readily available, dude. What the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
how long
you
was the
can
PS4's lifespan? Like 8 years, right?
you can just get them on Amazon.
The digital ones.
Yeah, but I mean those are ones I care about. I don't really need physical. They're cheaper. Like I don't need to pay more for a disc version of the same shit.
But still, like for those first 2 years, though, it was like impossible to get anywhere. And again, what was the PS4's lifespan? Like 8 years, right? Can you imagine if like 1/4 of the lifespan you just couldn't get one? Oh,
Yeah,
it's so annoying.
I'm
No, just get them
I'm
on PC, dude. That's what I'm doing. Just get them on PC.
I'm considering getting one just for like the catalog seems okay. Like if you get premium or extra, you're getting these games for it's their like Game Pass shit. And there's stuff on here that's not on Game Pass. Like the Quarry they just added. Like
Yeah,
the Quarry is pretty good.
yeah. There's a couple games here that aren't on Game Pass. Like the Quarry's there, Resident Evil 7. Outriders has been on Game Pass for a while, but it's cool. It's gonna be on PS4, PS5. We don't talk though. Don't sleep on Outriders. It's actually a pretty fun game. Like,
Yeah. Actually Outright that game is cross
like,
platform.
yeah,
So if you have it on PC or whatever you have it on, this will probably give it a new life. It'll probably be a lot
yeah.
of new activity there. People would play with. So,
Well, for the base game, not the expansion. People got to buy the expansion, but
oh,
we'll
true,
see. That
but it
yeah,
might It might be enough people playing it that get interested in it to buy that expansion.
Yeah, it's legit like a pretty fun game. I was surprised at how much fun the game was.
It is fun.
Like,
it is fun.
Yeah, when you get to the end game stuff, like if you like the end game grind of Diablo, like you'll like Outriders. As someone who's like a Diablo 3 fan who like returns to Diablo every season, like you'll like Outriders.
Scarlet Nexus is on there.
Scarlet Nexus is on there. Also on Game Pass, pretty solid game.
Yeah.
Borderlands 3 is on there. Again, another solid game. Tekken 7's on there, but just for PS4, not PS5. Another very solid game. Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown. I heard good things. I played it.
Very cool game.
Yeah?
I've never been an Ace Combat guy. I had a friend who had he modified I heard about a guy who modified a fucking combat helmet to play these fucking games, like a military helmet for Ace Combat. I was like, that's crazy. So then I checked it out and I was like, these games are actually pretty. It's like, imagine Metal Gear Solid, but if it was like a flight sim. That's how insane these games are. I played this one specifically on PC, and it is that insane in terms of like how serious it gets. I don't know. It's like not serious, but just the way it presents itself is very extreme. Like it's really cool. It's really cool. So that's a fun game to check out.
Like Metal Gear Solid, where it's like kind of silly but very melodramatic.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. The soundtrack specifically is like very fucking it's like really cool. It's really cool.
We'll check it out then. I'll have to check it out. I mean, it's on Game Pass, so fuck it. Like, just try it.
Oh yeah. Earth Defense Force is on there.
Earth Defense Force. Yep, I heard good things about Earth Defense Force. I heard that's like unironic, like a really fun game.
It is. It is.
A little jank, but I've heard it's fun.
I don't understand how that game works because like you can pick like soldiers and shit, but you shouldn't because the wing diver, the one that can fly, is like the only one you should be using. Like she can fly, and then you can give her like a cannon and shit. And it's like, why would you be like on the ground as like a foot soldier where you can just
why pick anything else?
Yeah, and so yeah, that game's fun.
We also got Onanaki, Lost Sphere, I Am Setsuna. Those are those like JRPG games from who made those? Some Square Enix like studio, I think. Yeah. The Forgotten City. It's an indie game, right? It was I think that was like a Skyrim mod.
Yeah.
It got turned into its own game.
Yeah. And it's really cool. A really cool concept.
Yeah, it's like a Groundhog's Day type of mystery game. I heard it's really cool. I'll have to check it out. It's on my list for sure. Games I want to play.
Yeah.
And then some of the classic stuff, because this is what I wanted to hear about. Legend of Dragoon is going to be available. Fantastic fucking game. So that's great to see. Wild Arms 2 can be available. Fantastic game. Harvest Moon Back to Nature. Never played it. Destroy All Humans. Fun game. That'd be cool to see. They're starting to like buff out their library a little bit, which is really cool to see. Because like,
why is Destroy All Humans in this tier?
When the remake is available for the same system? Yeah.
Well, no, it's a PS4 game. It's not. I don't. Why is that? Why is that in this tier?
Is it the PS4 game or is it the PS2 original? Hold on.
That's PS4. Are you saying you're thinking it's the PS2 game, but you could play it on PS4?
That's how I'm interpreting it. Yeah,
they did do that. Yeah, they did that with like.
No, the description says the PS4 remake.
Oh.
A cult classic returns, terrorize the people of the 1950s Earth in the role of the evil alien Crypto 137, harvest DNA and bring down the US government in the PS4 remake of legendary PS2. Why is that in classics? That's not a classic. Like, it's a remake, but is RE2 remake going to be listed as a classic too? Is RE4 remake going to be listed as a classic? Like, that is weird. I thought you just mistyped it, and it was like the PS2 original, like on PS4.
Too, but no, that is in this tier of, you have to pay more for this tier, right? It's not like, or
I think so.
For the premium tier.
What the fuck? Yeah, it's in their premiums. Their classics. What?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
That. Someone messed up here.
Yeah, someone must have fucked up. There's no way that this is. That doesn't make a lick of fucking sense, but whatever. That's so weird. That's weird and dumb. Quickies, Power Wash Simulators getting a Midgar special pack for Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
I did not see this coming. I'm gonna be honest. Like this is not on my 2023 bingo.
I like the image they announced it with. Well, it's not on their website, but on Twitter they put out a little image that had a guy standing in front of Midgar with like his power washing tool.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
On his shoulder, set up like it was in Final Fantasy VII, which is pretty funny. This looks cool. Basically, you clean the bike. You clean the bike. Air Buster.
Yeah. The Buster Swords there too to like get cleaned up. Like it's apparently available for free for anyone who already owns it. So that's cool.
Yeah, it'll be free on March 2nd. This is coming out.
That's really cool to see. Like, that's such a cool like little thing to do.
Seventh Heaven, which is Tifa's bar. You get to clean that.
Ooh, cool.
The Mako Energy exhibit. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool. I wonder like what work went behind the scenes to like get this to happen. Like who had to talk to who.
Square Enix doesn't really like work with people, so
yeah.
Well, because you don't see these kind of crossovers with their shit like ever. So
yeah. Like even with like Nintendo bringing Final Fantasy characters to Smash Brothers, like
yeah, it's like rare. So for these like
it was super weird about it. Yeah, for these indie guys to do it, not just that, have it be a free update. Like I wonder what was done to make this happen. Was Square just kind of like, yeah, you can go ahead and use it, and like just didn't have to pay any royalties or anything? I doubt it, but they're releasing it for free, so it's not like they're not worried about making the money back. So
yeah,
I don't know. I want to be a fly in the room of that deal and like see what happened. That'd be super interesting. Dead Island 2 just went gold and it's coming out a week early. So see you all in LA on April 21st, 2023. But Dead Island 2 looks fucking awesome. Like jokes aside, it looks pretty fun. Like I can't wait for that to come out.
Yeah,
I want to kind of play it, but I want it.
Crazy it's actually coming out because people have been waiting for this wave.
That was announced when the PS4 got announced. I remember. Yeah. No, Xbox One. It was at the original Xbox One presentation, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It's been a while, man. So it's cool to see it happen finally.
To the point where I don't even remember what this game is supposed to be. Like I don't even know what this game is anymore. So
it was Dead Island in LA, basically. I remember the trailer had that dude like jogging. And like people getting turned into zombies.
Yeah,
all
there's
around
that,
them.
but they've shown gameplay, and I don't remember. I mean, I guess it's just Dead Island, I guess, but
I remember the gameplay had like a lot of customization. They're showing off like, oh, here's a gun, oh, here's a nail gun, here's a nail gun with like a fire mod, here's a nail gun with like an electric mod. I remember that, but
okay, so it's like a Diablo.
Almost, yeah. But that's like all I remember. That's
That's
like
good.
literally all I remember.
This game better be good because they've been working on it. At least like if it's not good, I don't want it to have any like problems. You know what I'm saying? If it's shit released and it's like buggy and fucked up, I don't think they have any excuse for that.
Yeah, there's like no reason for it to be like all
Yeah.
fucky.
Like
We'll see.
as long as it releases and it's the game that they wanted it to be it good or bad, that's fine.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with it once it drops. I'm gonna check it out. I won't buy it day one. I'll wait till the reviews come in, but I'm definitely keep an eye on it. Some other news: NetEase acquired Quantic Dream for around 100 million euros. Weird deal, this, right? Like
Yeah.
Quantic Dream's games library isn't exactly in NetEase's wheelhouse. So I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I'm assuming I don't know. They're working on that Star Wars game. I heard they were having issues with working on that Star Wars game, but they'll
What issues
they'll
are they having with it? Like,
well,
just
you
write a
know.
shitty script for all your games, like you always do. I will not stop shitting on Quantic Dreams, dude. Their fucking writing is garbage.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's what's his face. It's what the fuck that guy's name is.
David Cage.
David Cage. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. He does all the writing, right? I'm sure he has a
Well,
team,
here's
but
my beef with them though. Is like they want when their first mission statement, when they released like Heavy Rain, it was like, oh, we want to evolve like gaming to handle issues that to be taken seriously as a medium by like taking away the thing that makes video games games. So, and his idea of doing that was like making everything a quick time event and having you like fail shaving your face and having to start over again. Like Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
or you cut yourself shaving, and that has implications for the rest of the story.
But it doesn't really, because it just circles back to the same fucking thing. Like, Jesus Christ. I saw this like there's this video where this dude like has the same feelings I do, and he's like bitching about like Quantic Dreams, and I'm like, yes, dude. Like he was comparing it to like other games that actually make choices matter, and oh, I have to like find this video. He was comparing like Heavy Rain to Disco Elysium, and just the way he feels everything I feel. I feel like kindred spirits with this man. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Here it is. So if you gotta check out Uric Salad Bar, he has this great video of, like deconstructing like why Heavy Rain is fucking garbage. And he just hits on all the points I've been talking about forever, dude. The fact that these choices don't really fucking matter, and characters' motivations change with the choices that you make, like, and they don't really matter from start to finish. It's super annoying when you like think about how the story is, and it's God. He touched on so much stuff that I've been talking about forever, and it's something I hate about Quantic Dream. So with NetEase purchasing them, I'm just thinking here like good riddance. Like have them make pachinko games. Have like the robots singing slave songs be like something you have to buy on the eShop or something.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, I hate Quantic Dreams. I'm sorry, I don't want this to be like a Quantic Dreams like minute of hate, but they're fucking garbage. Their writing's garbage.
Yeah.
The only thing they had going for them is they could tell a good story. I'd forgive them because Telltale does the same shit, but their stories are actually good. And they don't pretend to be this like titan of the industry trying to change the way we look at video games. They're just making good stories. And the fact that Quantic Dreams can't do that with like 100 times the budget like pisses me off.
Well, hopefully this helps. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they'll have like maybe their story will be very sympathetic to the Republic or whatever the fuck the like they'll like China will get their hands in there and be like, no, we can't make the Galactic Republic look like the bad guys here. Yeah,
it's gonna be like a bunch of like dictatorship like propaganda. Like, well, actually, the dictatorship republic run by Darth Vader is actually like the good guys, and here's why it's best for the galaxy. Here's why everyone should have a dictatorship.
Yeah, yeah.
Or a republic disguised as a dictatorship. Or a dictatorship disguised as a republic. I'm not a political science major. I just point out bullshit, everybody. So, um, yeah. So, yeah, Quantic Dream spot out by NetEase. So we'll see what happens with that. Those of you who don't know, who haven't played a NetEase game, like, yeah, they're a Chinese developer. Not a lot of games made it over here, except for Diablo Immortal. They worked on that. So,
Yeah.
There you go. Steam local network game transfers. I didn't think this wasn't already available. This is already a thing.
Yeah. Well, the specific thing that this does is if you're downloading a game from Steam, first it will check if you have Steam installed on your local network, and if you have a game installed on another PC on your network, it'll download the game from your other PC, which will be faster and more reliable. And then if it can't do that, then it'll go back up from Steam. So that's it. That's all it does.
See, I thought this was already a thing. I could have sworn it was already a thing, but
I think you can do like you can play your game, you can stream your games from a system on the network.
Yeah.
Like that you can do, but this is straight like just downloading it. I think a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, this would be great for downloading like a Skyrim mod list from my PC to my Steam Deck," and it doesn't work like that. It just downloads the verified files only.
Yeah.
From the game like database or whatever. So,
I mean, it would make transferring stuff to your Steam Deck like easier, like you said. It just transfers it like over your network, like from one system to another. So
you don't have to re-download anything. It just copies it straight from your network, and it's
which faster. I thought was already a thing, but I guess it's not.
Yeah. So it's cool.
I thought it was a thing like Wire that you can plug in your Steam Deck and it would like recognize your library and let you pick and choose what you want to transfer from your desktop to your deck, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, it does that, but only like streaming.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like family. I think it's like Steam, like family something or whatever. Family share. So like if you have the game on like, it has like family sharing that if you in your family or whatever, you can like add people to your family. And then you can download the game that way, but it downloads it from their servers, not from your local network. So it's cool. They're still testing this, so it's in the beta branch of Steam. So
that'll be cool to see then once it drops like officially, like we see it like kind of verified a little bit better, and it'll be cool to see. So when I do get a Steam Deck, it'll be easy for me to carry my library over.
Reminds me that I now have 2 devices on my network that share the same Steam account. And
oh yeah, that laptop, right?
Yeah. And boy, did I did not think that they would go as Nintendo with it as they did, because you cannot play 2 games at the same time on the same account.
I mean, why would you?
Well, why would you? Well, like for instance, if I want to play like an idle game on my like laptop or whatever while playing a real game on my PC, you can't fucking do it. It kicks you off. It'll be like hey, you got a game running already, so that game's gonna stop, and we're gonna run the game you're trying to run now. And it's like, what the fuck, Steam? Like, it's the most Nintendo shit ever, bro. It logs you out. Yeah, Uncle Dolph says it logs you out, and you have to pull up Steam. Yeah, and then you have to pull out the authenticator and like log in again on the other account. It's like fucking. It's like the most un-Steam-like thing I've ever seen in my life, because God forbid you have 2 fucking PCs in your house running Steam,
or a Steam Deck and a PC, or a
Steam Deck.
Market towards.
It's the most un-Steam thing I've ever seen in my life. Especially, yeah, now that they have the Steam Deck. It's insane to me. Like, it's the most
You would
Nintendo
think that they'd
thing.
be able to recognize, like, oh, they're on the same network. Like, let them just run. Like,
You're on the same network, on the same account. It's like, it's insane to me. It's insane. So, yeah, I've been running into that where, yeah, as an idle game enthusiast, uh, I can't just have these banging out. You can play, like, you can run the same game on one machine just fine. But as soon as you get another machine involved, it's like, whoa, 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 man. Fucking, we're going to turn one of these off. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
yeah.
So,
Like, I understand, like, the potential for it. Like, there's, like, some, I'm sure there's, like, some fraud potential. Like, if someone, like, hacked your shit and it's running through device, I understand, like, the notification coming up and logging you out. But if it's under the same network, like, you should be able to recognize that they're both in the same network, they're both in the same place. Like, why be weird about it? But whatever.
yeah. So they got to fix that. They got to fix that.
Yeah, they do. Or just, like, put your laptop in, like, airplane mode or something.
No, because it has. So the great thing that Steam does, it has this cloud sync feature. That was one of the things that I love about having two devices playing the same games, is that I can play one game on my like handheld and just turn it off, and then it immediately uploads to the cloud, and I can just immediately start playing that same game right where I left off on my PC if I wanted to do that. Like, the cloud sync is so good on Steam, but you can't fucking, like, you can't do anything else on the same account though. It's bonkers.
That's crazy. That
That's
sounds
why,
obnoxious as
yeah,
hell.
that's why you could just play offline, but the cloud syncing is great. So
Yeah. Oh, that's annoying. So that's a thing. Like, Steam takes a step forward for ease of use, but apparently there's like a bunch of other steps they need to take forward too.
yeah,
What else we got going on? Oh, trailers and videos. Lies of P got an official gameplay trailer. That's that like that Dark Souls like, right? With the Pinocchio like theming. Yeah.
yeah. Looks good.
I say
Looks good.
Dark Souls like, but it's more like Bloodborne.
It was more Bloodborne-y, but the same shit. Fucking looks good,
I want to say
man.
the same shit. I like Bloodborne. I don't like Dark Souls.
True, 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 true. You're not wrong there. Um, Looks good. Yeah,
That looks pretty cool actually. This is a lot of fun.
I want to play this.
Yeah, me too. This is either gonna be awesome or like fucking terrible. I don't think there's like any in between here.
I don't see how it could be terrible. It's like, baby's crying, baby's crying.
Yeah. Yeah, wife's with them right now.
um, yeah, this looks awesome. I don't know how this is involved in Pinocchio in any way, but I'm interested to find out, like, what the fuck is Pinocchio about this. I would also admit I don't know much about the Pinocchio story other than he lies and his nose gets bigger, and I want to be a real boy. So, but this is a girl, I think, a female Pinocchio.
There's this
So
movie, the Pinocchio movie on Netflix, made by Guillermo del Toro, the Pan's Labyrinth guy, and it's like really fucking good. It's like a
what's
2 hour movie, so I didn't finish it. It's like a stop motion animated movie. It's a kids movie, but it's not like very kiddie. Like, there's a lot of like really dark elements I wasn't expecting there. Um, like, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's some shit you're gonna watch and be like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Like, the movie's gonna go into that, and it's pretty good. I haven't finished it because it's like a 2.5 hour movie, and like I started watching it around Christmas time, so like I had the baby, he was crying, and I was like, I'll finish this later. And I just never got back into it, but I did
what's it
like what I was
called?
watching. I think it's just called Pinocchio.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. It's on Netflix. It's really good. Yeah, it's just called like Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. It's an hour 54 minutes, and it's good. Yeah,
Check
it's
that
really
out.
good. What else you got? The Expanse, a Telltale series. I thought Telltale was like done, like doing licensed stuff, but here we
Well,
go.
they're
We
back.
got next. Yeah, I've never seen The Expanse before, so I don't know if it's like a good TV series, but
Yeah, I never heard of it until someone mentioned that this was based on the show. So I was like, oh, okay. I don't have to
I'd
watch the
heard of the
show.
show before, but I've never seen it, so I don't know if it's like any good. Where's Wolf Among Us 2? That's what I'm waiting for.
I just want another Tales from the Borderlands, and we got it, and I was pleased with it. A lot of people
Yeah,
seem
you're
not.
telling me you liked it.
I don't know, but a lot of people were just very salty about that game. I thought it was great, so.
Telltale's back, baby.
But
We also got
that
the.
wasn't a Telltale joint though. That was straight up. That was
Oh yeah, that was just straight up 2K, huh?
Gearbox. Yeah.
Yeah. We also got a trailer for The Invincible. It's a first-person game based on The Invincible, an iconic novel from hard science fiction writer and Polish neurologist Stanislaw Lem,
This
created by Starward Industries.
they showed this at some event a while ago, and that's what put it on my radar. I was like, man, this fucking looks awesome. It's like a first person, one of those like first person narrative games. Uh, like fuck, what was that game that came with the not the Quarry? I was gonna say the Quarry, but it's not that.
Like that, God, that camping game.
Firewatch.
What was it? Yeah,
Firewatch.
Firewatch.
It's like Firewatch, but in space on
Yeah,
Mars. And I'm
with like a
down for
retro
that.
sci-fi look.
Yeah, because
Yeah, that's cool.
I love that aesthetic. I love spacey sci-fi shit. So this
I
looks
like
great.
retro sci-fi like a lot. I like when it's like it's science fiction. Like we can go to space. We still use like cassette tapes. Like
Yeah,
I think that's cool.
cassette tapes are
Like
cool.
yeah, like very like I don't know what the term is for it. I guess analog like sci-fi would probably be the best like or retro sci-fi would probably be like the best like term for
Yeah.
it.
And then I like the tagline they have here that not everything everywhere is for us.
Yeah,
It's just a pretty good tagline if that
yeah. This could be
foreshadows.
something really cool.
Yeah.
We also got a trailer for the Tetris movie, which can I just say, a
Yeah.
Tetris movie exclusively for Apple TV is like the most 2023 thing fucking I've ever heard in my life. Uh, but it looks pretty interesting. Like apparently the story for Tetris, like getting over to the States, is fucking crazy. Um, I think it was Clay put a link to a gaming story video about it that I haven't watched yet. But apparently, like, it is fucking crazy. Like the story of Tetris coming to the States, getting to the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Apparently, it is crazy, which makes sense because like Tetris became a huge thing, like what early '80s. So there was still a lot of post Cold War like attitudes.
Yeah.
Were still pretty fresh in people's minds, so it makes sense that there would be like some friction trying to get like a Russian-owned like property over to the States. So I kind of want to see this movie now and check out what this is
Yeah.
about.
And I think the guy that invented Tetris got kind of fucked over. Like he's not seen much residuals off of his creation, which is a bummer.
Yeah,
Because
it's a huge bummer.
Tetris, I will argue that Tetris is probably the greatest video game ever made.
I
Just in,
agree. I
just in
would argue
terms
it's a
of,
perfect video game.
yeah, yeah. In terms of its longevity and just its strict adherence to its core gameplay, like that game Unchanged is still holds up today. Like
Yeah,
there's no competition. It's like it's straight up just Tetris straight up. It's just you don't have to change a thing about it, and it's still great. So
and they kind of touch on that in the trailer a little bit too. Because what does he say? He's like, it's math, like art, all working in perfect synchronicity. Like
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's Tetris, dude. It's like perfect.
Um, this looks so over the top that I have to. Yeah, I'm curious about how closely this adheres to the actual story. I don't know anything about the actual how stuff went down with Tetris, so I'm super curious. But this looks so over the top that I would watch I would watch this.
Same. I want to check it out now, and it's on my list. I'm probably not gonna watch it on Apple TV. Actually, my uncle has Apple TV, so I might like use his account. Oh my baby. We got some game releases. Atomic Heart is releasing February 21st, finally, for everything. It's available on Game Pass, so start pre-downloading if you guys want to check it out. Like a Dragon Ishin. Oh, hiccups is releasing same day. PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X. That looks incredible. Is that coming to Game Pass? Because like all the other Yakuza games are on Game Pass.
I think I'm not sure. I think if it was, they'd be writing it a little more.
Yeah.
Ungdorf said Wild Hearts bad PC port. I heard that about that. You know, the good thing about that is that it is available on, if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you get the EA Play stuff, and you can just play 10 hours of that for free with the Game Pass.
There you go.
So that's probably, I'm probably gonna do that because I think, but I'll probably wait until they fix it a little bit. They said they're gonna fix it. They said they're gonna add DLSS and all that shit. I'm like, you should have just launched. You should launch with this stuff, but okay. So
fuck EA. EA people were quick to forget that when all Star Wars shit was coming out. The fuck EA. I didn't forget that.
Never forget. Beluga is in the chat. Said, "What is this? What this are you referring to? You talking about this show? Or you talking about Like a Dragon Ishin? Or you talking about your life?"
Talking more like metaphysically, like what is anything?
Yeah, what is anything, to be honest? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anything exist? What is a chair? You know? Does a chair exist?
We're all just like meat puppets, like powered by electricity, man.
This show it's a podcast about video games, Beluga. So
yeah.
That's what this is. You can go.
What's your name, Beluga? Do you like beluga whales? I'm just here. Are we all just here, Beluga?
Yeah.
We're all just here, man.
Are you here, or are you somewhere else? What is here?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. I like you, man. We also got a 7 Doors releasing for Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X February 21st. It's a first-person puzzle game. Actually looks kind of cool. Might be some cool shit in here.
7 Doors.
Yep. Check it out, February 21st. February 22nd, we got Digimon World Next Order releasing for PC and Switch. Horizon Call the Mountain releasing on PS5. Is that that VR game that like nobody's excited for?
That thing's out now, I think. Or well, I guess maybe it's out. What day is this? Wednesday? I guess it's out on Wednesday.
Oh my god, this Call of the Mountain game is $60. I thought it was like, is this a whole game or is it just like a...
No, it's a video game. What do you think it was? A fucking...
The description says, feel the adrenaline rush in a riverboat ride. It's like an on-rails riverboat ride for like $60. Are you fucking with me?
I watched a little bit of this game. Like, people have gotten their hands on it and reviews and stuff. It's not as on rails as they make it seem, but it is still pretty. It's still pretty linear. It's like there's a lot of climbing involved, and a lot of like climbing-based platforming. You know, you get a lot like grappling hooks and rope puzzles and stuff like that, swinging on ropes and jumping and shit like that. There's a little bit of combat, bow-based combat. So, you know, it's like it's a showpiece game for their new $60 is steep. That's a steep price.
I was
for
gonna
this.
say, is there like a whole ass game here, or like?
Especially since you're paying $1,000 for the whole setup, the PS5 and the VR to go with it. Like this should just be free with the like this should be included.
I
I think
agree.
I think you guys are fucking up with this. Like
I agree.
on
I mean,
top
I'm
of
looking at some more gameplay of it here, but I don't understand. There's not enough here to make me think like this is a $60 game.
there's not
Like
even a trailer on this page.
IGN has a review of it up right now. That's what I'm watching.
Yeah, there's reviews up. I think Giant Bomb. I watched Giant Bomb's. They did like a live little playthrough of some PSVR stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I want a PSVR, but only if Half-Life Alyx is on that thing. I will get it only then. So I'll get the whole shebang: PS5, PSVR, everything. I'll get it all.
I would love to say I would, but I got a baby, so I don't have money. Plus, wife and I are buying a house, so like money's all tied up in that. Like,
yeah.
but yeah, there we go. Horizon Call them out. If you want to like pay $60 to ride on a boat, but like not really, there you go.
Boat rides.
Yeah, a boat ride, but like not really, because it's VR. Kazuna AI Touch the Beat. Ooh, I wonder what else I can touch. That's releasing February 22nd for PS5. I've never heard of this. What is it? Like a rhythm game? Oh, it's a VR rhythm game.
Yeah. Kazuna AI, she's like, a VTuber. She's like the original VTuber.
This is it's like Beat Saber, but no, because you're not like hitting stuff with a saber. It's like, what is that? Like a glow stick, like rave, like light show type of thing. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Uncle Dolph says Kazuna AI, my beloved. Great.
Oh, Uncle Dolph likes her. It must be shitty then. Never mind. I'm less excited for this.
Beluga said, why is it just 3 persons here? Good question, Beluga. Tell your friends.
Yes, tell your friends, please.
There should be more, right? There should be more. I agree. There should be 1,000 people in here.
I've been to Japan for an Idol concert. That's cool, man.
The lights, yeah, they love the light sticks in Japan. They go ham with this shit. I'm upset.
Okay.
I'm upset with the state of rhythm games because no one talks about like these shitty Japanese ones are just like it's like this and like the Hatsune Miku ones are like they're garbage. They're fucking trash, dude. Okay? I tell you what, play some DJ Max, respect, okay? Get DJ Max and then come back and tell me about fucking some rhythm games, all right? DJ Max is a Korean rhythm game. It's the best one ever. So check that one out and then come back to me about some rhythm games because these ones are trash. These ones are garbage, dude. Anyway.
DJ Max is pretty dope. I'm not even like a rhythm game fan, but I was having some fun with that, dude. That shit was hype.
It's on Game Pass, so
it is.
You can check it out. DJ Max is the best rhythm game ever made. Come at me.
February 12th. Oh, we also got Redemption Reapers releasing on PC, Switch, and PS4. Kind of reminds me of like Shadow Tactics a little bit.
Shadow Tactics.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a tactics stealth ninja game, it looks like. But not really. It's just like a bunch of like grim dark tactics games.
Yeah. I see tile based movement. I'm out.
You're cutting yourself off from a lot of good experiences with that, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I know.
Blood Bowl 3 is releasing February 23rd for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. I actually heard about these games. It's like, so they're football games, but like with a really like gruesome, like dark fantasy like twist.
Yeah, see, like something like this, I can get into, even though it's like a tactical strategy game. Like, at least they're doing something unique with it. That I would at least wish list this and maybe buy it for like $20.
My dad picked this up because he's like super into Madden. He loves the Madden games, right? So he picked it up thinking it was like Madden, but with like a fantasy twist, and he was disappointed that it was like a strategy game.
If they made this with like Blitz, if it was like NFL Blitz, but with like I can kill orcs and shit, I'd be like, yo, this is dope. Beluga said I'm 11.
Well, tell your friends about us.
Yeah, I mean, or yeah, tell your adult friends about us, preferably. But
don't make it weird, dude. Why
well,
make
I
it weird?
just did it. We're like, I don't know why we're like popping with the kid. How did you find us, Beluga? Was it Parappa? Tell me it was Parappa, and then it'll make sense. Because Parappa is like the thing. It's like haunting us for the rest of our lives, dude. It's like the one thing that it's like we can't escape fucking Parappa, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know
dude.
what it is. I don't know what it is. We'll get back. I will get back to Parappa at some point, but it's like haunting us for the rest of our lives. It's like the one thing. Like
How old is that video? It's like a 5-year video.
No, it's more than 5, dude. It's like 6 or 7. I have no idea. It's I don't know. He says no Parappa, so that's great.
That is good.
That's great. I hate Parappa. Yes. 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 I agree, Beluga. I'm surprised you even know what Parappa is.
Parappa is a 7-year video. 7 years old, this video. 500,000 views.
It's I hate it. The game's terrible. It's a terrible video game.
And it follows us for like ever.
Yeah.
People come in like, when are you going to do more Parappa? It's like, dude, that was 7 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know why our audience
7 years ago.
Our audience is children, but that like explains it. Like any question you have on why is this popular, it's usually kids. It's usually like it never makes any sense, but that's always the answer. Mario thumbs up. Yes, agree. Mario thumbs up. Mario thumbs up. Parappa thumbs down.
Oh man, that Parappa video, we're never gonna escape it, dude. Yeah, Blood Bowl 3. Company of Heroes 3 is releasing on PC February 23rd. Grim Guardians Demon Purge releasing for PC, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X.
Okay, now that I didn't know this by the title, but now that I'm looking at it, I do know this. I played this in the Next Fest.
Yeah, was it good? Was it good?
It's great. It's great. It's great.
It looks good. It looks good. It's by Inti Creates.
Yeah, it's a twist on the Metroidvania thing in the way that you get 2 characters and you can swap between them at any time, and they have different abilities. So like one of the girls is really small, so she can crawl under stuff, and the other girl has a gun, and she's the only one you should use at all times. Like the gun girl, she has more health, and she can shoot like in midair, and it's like she's way better than the other girl. So yeah. I was like, when I was playing it,
I want to pick it up.
It's a lot of fun.
Beluga said he can't wait for the Mario movie. It looks like fun, the Mario movie. I was talking to my wife about it, and we were talking about how like it's weird that Chris Pratt's not doing a voice for the movie. Like, I don't want him to be like, it's a me, Mario, like the whole thing, but like do something. Like, we thought it'd be funny if he had like,
well, it was weird,
thick, like New York accent.
It was weird that he came out and he was like, yeah, what I did with Mario, you're never gonna look at him the same. And I was like, okay, I want to see what he did. And then he's just Chris Pratt.
The trailer is just Chris Pratt, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see like if he just had like a New Yorker like voice to him. It's like, yo, what up? It's me, Mario. It's my brother Luigi. Just have that the whole movie. I would have been cool with that.
Yeah.
Like, baby, I'll take your mushroom, or I'll fuck your mom, you stupid Goomba. Like, that'd be fun. That'd be fun as fuck. Like, but no, like, instead we just got Chris Pratt doing Chris Pratt.
Hey, I'm jumping here.
Yeah, hey, I'm jumping here. I'm jumping here. Oh man, that'd be fun. Oh, that's never gonna happen. As much as I'd love to see it happen, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh man. But no, Grim Guardians looks fucking dope.
Yeah, that's a good game. That's a good game. That's coming out.
It's on my wish. It's gonna be on Switch so I can play it because I have a chance to play it actually. February 24th, we got Clive and Wrench dropping for PC, Switch, PS4, and PS5. I've never heard of this. What is this? A 3D platformer starring Clive the Rabbit. Oh, it's got him shirtless, like 10 seconds into the trailer.
Nice.
So it's gonna hit that furry crowd pretty hard.
I think that's what they're. Oh, you know what? This looks fun.
Yeah, I was making jokes. This looks pretty good.
I saw it in action. I was like, you know what? This looks like a video
reminds
game.
You of reminds me of like Crash Bandicoot mixed with like Jack and Dexter.
Yeah, it's like it reminds me of like those PS2 platform, like a Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank. Yeah.
Okay, I'm wish listing this.
Yeah, that's actually. You see, this stuff comes out and you're like, this looks silly, but then you see it in action and it's like, oh, you know what? There's an audience for this, and I might be in it.
Yeah, this looks cool. Look, do you guys do gameplay? Yes, we do.
Yes.
Wasabi more than me. I have a kid, so I don't have time to like stream much as I want to. But yeah, we do gameplay. You just missed it. Wasabi did a Next Fest marathon a little while ago.
Straight hours. Just go on just go on the channel and you'll find our archive. Everything's in there. So
yeah,
Gameoverse.com/YouTube, Gameoverse.com/Discord. Hop on our Discord.
Yeah, hop on our Discord. We're always like responding. So tell your friends. It'll be fun.
But not the 11-year-old ones. I have to emphasize that. Because you know, I don't know. I don't want a bunch of kids in there. I mean, it's fine. It's fine that you're here, but you know, we say words like fuck and shit. So,
like,
you know,
so like,
if you're cool with that,
like, if you're cool with that shit, like,
yeah.
I was cussing in front of my baby the other day. My mom was looking at me like, "Don't swear in front of your baby," and I'm like, "He doesn't understand me." Like, he's not gonna understand. No, Clive and Wrench looks pretty dope. Actually, I'm wish listing that now. Yeah. Kirby's Return to Dream goddamn. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, releasing on Nintendo Switch February 24th.
Kirby's great. Love Kirby. Pud's in here.
I love Kirby. Yeah, what up, Pud?
No worries, my mom isn't here. Great.
Great. Jesus Christ. Octopath Traveler 2 is also releasing for PC, Switch, PS4, and PS5. I forgot that's like a thing that's happening.
Yeah, the reviews are out for this, and they're saying like, it's, you know, if you like the first game, this is probably better. So,
and I like the first game. It's just like the way they told the story is like really annoying.
Yeah,
because it emphasizes on like this, like who my dad is. Is your dad cool? Is your dad cool? Is he cool with us saying stuff like fucking shit? Does he let you have a sip of beer as long as you don't tell mom? That's what my dad would do.
Yeah.
It's always the dads, right? It's like, here, taste this. Don't tell your mom.
Here, put some hair in your chest.
Oh my god. The second one integrating 2 character stories is good. What are you talking about? Like Octopath Traveler? Because like, so is it integrating like 2 character stories like simultaneously? Because the thing I hate about the first one is that it's called Octopath Traveler, just like 8 different characters, right? And they all have their own story, their own like motivations. And a second character adding commentary. Okay, that's good, because like in the first game, it was these characters like by themselves. So like, you would start the mission for that character's like story, and it was just like them. You did that 8 times, like every chapter, and it was like,
but then, like,
super
eventually,
obnoxious.
eventually they do like meet, and you get to see how everyone crosses paths, right? Isn't that the thing?
If they do, I didn't get that far.
Okay.
I was like 20 hours in. I didn't even get all the characters yet, and I'm like, I can't imagine doing this like
I'm
5 more times.
I'm assuming that's what it does, because if you have all these different characters, at some point they have to meet somehow, and then the story, then the story progresses. That's what I'm assuming, but okay, no one got that far.
Dude, it's a fucking slog, man. Like
Okay.
it's like, so you choose the character you want to start with. That's like your main character from the beginning, right out of the 8. And you play through the first story mission, and then that tells you here's who the other characters are. Like, go meet them, or you can play your character and just do their story. And then when you play through it, you get to that other character story, and it's like you watch a whole, like, it's like a beginning of the game again, but for another character, right? And then it's, you do that like 7 more times, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't. I did that like for the first like 4 characters, no, first 3 characters, and I was like, I got a whole team, and I was like, I can't imagine doing this like 5 more times, so I put it down. I'm sure it gets better, but that's like something that was like really repetitive, and it was starting to wear out its welcome like really early on.
Well, maybe this one does it better.
Maybe, I hope so.
I'll probably try this one since it's got de novo on PC, which is a bummer. But
I hear Live Alive does it a lot better because it's not like as bad, but I don't know. I haven't played Live Alive. Crap, Dad's here. Gotta go. Peace out, Beluga.
Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for telling your friends, Beluga.
Yeah.
That's Beluga, guys. I look forward to seeing more of him.
Yeah, me too.
Or her.
But not like in the weird Discord mod way, just like in general.
Yeah. I don't know why we're popular with kids, man. It's alarming, I think.
Yeah, we definitely don't like put up kids content like cringe groomer. Okay, what did you say earlier, Dolph? Like little girls yum? Is that what you said? Our
like
best girls are little girls? Is that what you said?
He said that and we didn't bring it up until now.
Yeah, we didn't bring it up until now, but he's like trying to be an asshole.
You know, I think it was like small girls, yes, or something like that.
Yeah. Small girls pog, all right. Just saying, dude. We're trying to like avert that stereotype, but you're like, nah, bring it on. That's who I am. I'm Uncle Dolph. I like small girls.
I want to go into YouTube analytics and reanalyze what it thinks our audience is, because I don't remember seeing, by age I don't remember seeing 11 in there, but you know, so I think their measurement tools is wrong.
Well, it could be possible too that they're like not saying they're 11 on their profiles, like, you know.
You think they're all lying? Yeah, that's what I did.
Not all of them, but a good chunk of them. Because if you put down your age, it's like 11. Like,
it gives you like kids YouTube.
Uncle, you guys mentioned small girls first. Okay. In the context of like, oh, this character in this game is small, should get fit in tight places. You're the one who was like saying how pog they were. So don't even start with that, dude. All right, don't fucking try to like twist this around, man. You're the weirdo here. Don't even start with that. You got receipts, motherfucker. Like, don't come at me with that. Oh man, this took a weird turn. I know. Octopath Traveler 2 looks pretty good. I'll have to go back and finish the first one. All I heard was small and tight. Yeah, I bet that's all you heard, huh? You fucking weirdo. That's the problem, Dolph. That's all you heard, man.
Yeah, Octopath Traveler 2 looks pretty good. Oh, there's a demo up, so you can try the demo, and I think it carries over into the full game, so that's always nice.
Yeah, that is nice. I'll have to go back and finish the first one, and then maybe I can muster up the energy to beat the second one. I'm still playing Xenoblade, so like that's all my time's been going to. But yeah, we'll see what happens next. That's gonna do it for the show, though, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming on and say hi. Thank you, Beluga. Thanks, Jokers. Uncle Dolph, you all right? Just gotta watch what you say, man. I wound up on a list because of you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm done making jokes.
That's gonna do it, guys. You can go to Gameoverse.com, Gameoverse.com/Twitch, Gameoverse.com/YouTube, Gameoverse.com/Discord. Jump in there. Tell us how old you are.
Yeah.
Not that it matters, but just for analytics purposes, it'd be nice to find out what's up with that. Yeah. And just chat with us, hang out with us, play video games with us. 'Cause that's the thing that we like to do here. No matter how old you are, we can enjoy a nice video game together. False alarm! Beluga's back. Hello, Beluga. Show's over.
Sorry, buddy.
But glad to have you here. Glad to have everyone here. I gotta rife through some good show titles for this one, because a lot came up here. So that's gonna do it.
I got an idea for a show title. Just a quote from Uncle Dolph. Small and tight is all I heard.
All right, there it is. That's what we're gonna use. So, all right, thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Bye.